Welcome everybody to another episode of Conversation with OGs. I'm Meatball.
I'm Chris.
I'm Dre.
And today we're going to be talking about will honesty destroy your relationship. Since you're on the female today, what you think?
I don't think honesty will destroy a relationship. I think honesty gives you a choice to either deal with what is brought to you or not. I'd rather have a choice myself personally.
What you think, Dre?
All women say they want the choice. And they want the choice to cut the fuck up and act up when you say things they don't want to hear. And in actuality, this is my belief, and I've learned this. Women want to know the truth so they can make the decision to deal with certain things. But normally when you tell them the truth, it don't work out in your favor as being a man. So I don't feel like honesty works out for the man, but it works out for the woman.
Well, every man that I have, known that was in a relationship, he knows that you can't be honest with your woman. The reason why I believe men even lie to women is to protect her
feelings.
Yeah, to protect her feelings and to keep their relationship together, because you can't really be honest with your woman. I mean, most of the time you don't even like the clothes she put on. I mean, no man want their woman to go out with her cleavage out, ass all out. So you don't like what she wear. A lot of times, me myself, I don't like a woman with all that weave. They weave, them big ass eyelashes look like headlights. We don't like that either, but they still continues to wear it. Them long ass nails there with the points on them. Yeah. Listen, we don't like none of that shit. But this is what they want to do. And if you tell your woman, you know what, you don't like that, you hating, or you know what, you don't want me to look nice. So I think you can't be honest with your woman. You know what I'm saying? If the sex is mediocre, she giving you some head or something, she gonna tell you, this the best head you ever got. You thinking like, no. You know what I'm saying? Your head is mediocre. Your sex is mediocre. But you can't tell her that without some type of consequence. Now she don't want to cook your breakfast. Now she don't want to run your bath water. You get that other bitch that was sucking your dick. You be like, damn, that was 5 years ago. So being honest with a woman, I don't even think that's possible, and I don't even think a man should even try to be honest with her. That's what I think.
You ain't got nothing to say.
That's deep. You should be honest, because you want me to lie to you?
Well, if I had a little penis, you ain't gonna tell me.
Yes, I am gonna tell you.
So you gonna tell me, listen, you got a little penis, and I'ma still have sex with you.
We're gonna have to get you an extension or something.
Okay.
She only gonna say that if she's angry. She's not gonna say that if
exactly.
No,
I will tell
you. If that's the case, if that's the issue.
So have you ever been with a man and you told him, listen, I love you, but you got a little dick?
I told him I didn't like it.
So how y'all gonna be together?
We wasn't.
See?
So you told him that when y'all was breaking up?
No.
So when did you tell him that?
I told him that, and while we was, dating and stuff like that, I said this couldn't work. I said, because I wouldn't be thankful. We didn't have sex for a minute. I was about 6 months, 7 months.
So he had sex with you, I'm pretty sure, multiple times.
Not at first. Before I told him, I didn't. We had it once, and we couldn't do it no more.
In 6 months.
See, that's the point I was making.
Man, I don't believe that shit.
You had sex with him one time. Mm-hmm. It didn't work because his penis.
So
was
I didn't
small.
give him another. I should have gave him another chance.
No, I'm not saying that. Y'all only are honest when it's not working out. Like I said, you was trying to exit.
No, it wasn't that I was trying to exit, but we just didn't go in the relationship up front having sex. You know what I'm saying?
The point I'm trying to make, if you was like, you know what, okay.
I was about to say, let me see on the first day.
I'm trying to tell you. You don't even let me finish. You meet the guy, y'all finally have sex. No matter if the sex was good or not, if you like him, and you wanted to still be with him, you would have never even mentioned, oh, your penis is too small. But the fact that you're not. Can I finish?
Go ahead.
But knowing the fact that you was like, you know what, his dick too small. I'm not trying to even go this way. So now you mention that because you're trying to exit anyway. The point I was making, women only say certain things when they're trying to exit the situation. You don't stay with a man and then say certain things that's gonna hurt his ego. That's where the honesty come in. No one stays with somebody and says things that hurt them. They only do that when they're exiting the door. That's the point I was trying to make.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
because most men, if they feel they got a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? They think that that's like the ruler of, that says it all.
It is.
That says it all. They think all they got to do is throw a couple dollars and you're going to be, happy or whatever. But it's got to be more than that. Because that ain't going to work. You need to take your couple dollars and get something fixed.
Now you saying the guy got a couple dollars and you have a little penny. What about if a nigga got a dick like a 2-liter bottle? It's the same thing. You ain't finna put yourself in the hospital, so you gonna be like, nigga.
Some women would.
But put themselves in the hospital?
Fuck yeah. Well, you gotta think. Bro, this is a little bit off track, but I remember back in the days, Moke used to throw the Super Bowl parties. It was a chick used to put a 40 ounce in her vagina.
And shoot the beer out?
No, she just used to put it, just jangling herself with a 40 ounce bottle. So think how wide she had to be, bro.
She just had a baby?
Nigga, I ain't asked all that, but dog.
Listen, man, I'd have been like a doctor in that motherfucker. I'd have been looking at that motherfucker like, damn, how is that possible? Because a 2 liter's about like this.
Anyway, women only doing certain things when they're trying to exit the door.
And men only do certain things to get it.
See, my thing is I'm not worried about your feelings. If I got something to say, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. But if I know it's going to cause a situation, like, I'm not going to be honest about certain things. So it's pretty much, you got to weigh your options. Okay, I'm trying to exit. Now I'm going to say everything I'm going to say because I know I ain't doubling back. So if I don't like your mama, your cousin, if your feet stink, anything, I'm going to throw it all out there because I know I'm exiting. Now that's the time to be honest. You don't be honest with a person when you're trying to make it work out, because when you do that, it'll never be right. If a man say, you know what, oh, I saw a little something nice at the job today, blah blah. Oh, okay. It's in your head. You're gonna be thinking, why is he telling me about a chick at the job? Now all he doing is painting pictures that he may cheat, and y'all keep evidence, y'all keep little notes and things in y'all head. So that's why it's not good to be honest about everything and all the time.
Yeah, and you think about it, a man can't possibly be honest with you. I mean, everybody had their flaws. Mm-hmm. So if a man, of course, when he first meets you, he wants some pussy. I get that. So he's going to sit up and put his best foot forward, and he ain't even paying your flaws no attention because he's thinking about one thing. I'm trying to go ahead and knock her off. Mm-hmm. Now, when you start talking about that relationship shit, that's when he's going to be looking like, damn, she got big feet. Damn, she got some big ass hands. Do I want to deal with this? You know what? Her teeth ain't right. Mm-hmm. He's looking at other things because now he's got to be around the shit. Mm-hmm. But at first, before him being around,
why even put yourself in a predicament to be around something like that if you know you don't like it in the first place? If that's all you want to do was have sex, you should have did that and got the fuck on.
Remember we was talking about, you know what I'm saying, hood rats. Mm-hmm. Sometimes she may got some good sex and you be like, damn, I'm hitting this motherfucker. She's straight. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna come back through that tomorrow. You look up, 3 months go by.
Mm-hmm. You still coming back.
You ain't paying attention that one ear is bigger than the other. You know what I'm saying? You ain't paying attention to, you know what, one eye is crossed or something. Mm-hmm. You looking at, I'm finna come and I'm on the receiving end. Yeah, but once she's starting to wear a title of being your woman, you start thinking like, damn, her nose kind of big. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You thinking about, is this what I want to do? Mm-hmm. And that's where the honesty come in at. Because if once a woman start having sex with you regularly, she's going to want more. Then she want to know why. If you like, well, baby, you know what? I'm still, you know what I'm saying, building myself. I'm still, working on me. After so long, that ain't going to work no more. Mm-hmm. She's going to want to know why. So, what we doing? And so, if you ain't trying to do this, I'm going to go ahead and move on. She's going to up the scale at some point. Mm-hmm. And if you be honest with her and tell her, like, you know what, baby, sometimes, you have an odor. I don't like that. Or, you cross-eyed in one eye. Or, you know what, shit, one ear is bigger than the other one. It's little stuff that turn men off. Mm-hmm. Men, the hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got some Rico-ass hands. If a woman had hands like mine, I don't know if I can fuck with it. I'll be like, damn, every time I look at them hands touching me, I'll be thinking about like a scary movie or something. So you can't be honest. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, in my opinion, if
it's something you can tolerate.
But a man can always find something. If she ain't no bad chick, just bad. No, but it's always
you. So you would never tell her, or you would never make suggestions like you should get your hair like this,
fuck with chicks,
or you should do something like this, or I like this. You wouldn't do stuff like that.
I dated this woman one time. She had bad breath, right? Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather for her to eat because now the food covered up her breath. You know what I'm saying?
She probably had a cavity or something.
Yeah, she probably had.
Yeah, but what I would say, God damn,
you gonna make some dentist appointments.
Nah, I just be like, I look at it like, you know what, that's a flaw. So because I'm pretty sure she smelled her breath before I smell it.
Yeah.
But sometimes people don't smell their breath. Like, listen, I remember I went on a double date. I was probably about 20. One of the big OGs hooked me up with this chick. I always had a crush on her. We went on a date, and we at the movie theater, and we eating popcorn, and she whispered something to me. When I sit here and say her breath smell like straight shit, I mean, she was very nice looking, but I was instantly turned off. And I'm looking like, God damn, how you gonna look this good and breath smell like shit?
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
But you still want to knock her off, right?
No, that shit.
It turned you off all
the way off, bro. If your breath smell like shit.
Did you tell her breath smell?
No, I just didn't fuck with her after
See,
that.
men don't, because
so you just rather go somebody.
It ain't no need. We look at it like, I'm gonna build what I can. You'll keep her like so far. Mm-hmm. You'll keep her if you still want to hear her. You'll call her up, but you know what it is. Mm-hmm. She don't know what it is, but you know what I'm saying. Some women got body odors. You know what I'm saying. Like I dated a woman like, her body was always moist, like her whole she sweated.
Sweated a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you be like, God damn, what you sweating for? You know what I'm saying. You just always. Just wet. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of, at first you don't even notice that. Mm-hmm. But now, you chilling with her. Y'all might be watching the movie.
And you doing nothing and she just wet.
You got your arm around it and you feel wet on the arm. Because her head is on you. You're like, then you start noticing this bitch always wet. Neck wet. Face kind of moist. Not stank necessarily,
but just... though.
No, but why is your legs moist?
That's a medical
whole
issue.
Body is just moist.
That's a medical issue. Probably.
But you start thinking like, well, I ain't fucking with her like that, so you know what? That's a turn off for me. Mm-hmm. So now you push her back a little bit, and she don't know why you pushing away. She be like, you know what? He just start acting funny.
Hold on. So in that situation, should he have been honest?
You should ask her if something wrong.
How do I say
sweaty? Like why you so sweaty?
But she ain't sweating, she just moist.
Well, why you so wet?
And she be like, what you mean?
Yeah, and explain it to her.
I was like,
that's
I just
not
noticed.
Offensive if somebody asks you that.
No, if we in a private setting and you just ask me that, you weren't disrespectful. It's ways to say things.
I don't believe that because I talk to women firmly all the time. And they be like, so why you talking to me like that? I say,
if you talk to women how you talk on this show, you do talk. Yeah.
But what did I say wrong?
It's just how you deliver it.
But what I say disrespectful.
You could be really nasty, but say it nicely, and your delivery is rude.
For instance, give me an example.
Your delivery rude all the time.
Give me one time.
They don't like honesty, man.
It's not about being honest.
She said be honest with her and tell her she moist all the time.
No, it's just your delivery.
Okay,
it's your delivery.
Let me ask you a question. You just got off work. You stop over your dude house. Matter of fact, you ain't just got off work. You go over your dude house. You put on some gym shoes, like maybe the ones you work out at or the ones you go to work in. They got a smell. And you say, well, why your feet stinking? You wouldn't be offended by that?
No, I wouldn't be offended. They're my work shoes. But why you didn't take care of that before? You know your work shoes smell, so you should go to wash them.
Probably just threw something on.
But you still gotta wash. Everything smells after a certain time. Everything, got an odor to it. You gotta wash it, regardless if it's just for work or not.
That's true.
You gotta wash it.
I just think I'd be offended if somebody said something, even if I knew it was work shoes and I don't know.
Yeah, but you gotta think, even like, you got some women, like, let's say like they titties, right? Mm-hmm. They have little titties, but they got a nipple like a thumb. You know what I'm saying? Now, what you gonna say? Why your nipple look like that? Or
you don't like it?
Well, see, sometimes with me, I question shit. I just be like wondering like why.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I be like that.
So you say it jokingly, but you really want to know the answer.
No, I don't say it at all, but I say it to myself. I be like, damn, I ain't seen 100 titties. I ain't never seen no titty like that. But I be wondering, why is your titty like that? You been chewing on your shit.
I feel like you should.
Why somebody gotta be chewing on it?
That motherfucker looking like a thumb. Just.
I dated somebody, her feet like she stripped or something. Like, I mean, her shit had all type of blisters on the bottom. Like she wore a lot of high heel shoes or something. And I dated her, and she was laying on me one time, and she rubbed her feet, bare feet on my shit. So, you know, all that blistery
Feel like
shit,
sandpaper.
man, that shit didn't feel right, bro. And I broke up with her. Because my thing is this, like, I never told her, well, listen, your feet fucked up, and that's why we can't work out. I just started spinning her out and fell back. Certain shit like that, dog. That shit ain't right. You know your motherfucking feet fucked up. Why you rubbing your feet?
And think if her hands was fucked up, she rub you in her hands. You know, she work at a plant. And so she use her hands all the time. She rub on you with them plant hands. You be
that
like,
shit ain't the same like them feet. Them feet get the
well, the feet is
calluses,
worse.
the bunions and all that shit. So worst case scenario, she get a couple calluses right here. Feet hit different, dog. Then you try to dock them and pretty them up, and they still through. Shit, fuck that.
So I don't think a man should be honest with a woman. I think I can see that going so many different ways. Of course, women always say, you know what, I'd rather for a man to be upfront with me. If you be upfront with your woman, it's like you committing suicide with the relationship. It won't last. I think the whole purpose of men lying is to protect women's feelings. And if he really care about her, most of the times we lie to a woman because we care. If we don't give a fuck, we'll just sit up here, you know what, damn, your breath stink. You know what I'm saying? Damn, why it smell like ass when you walk past? You know what I'm saying? You can't say that to a woman because she's emotional. So you gotta sometimes ignore things and hope that she smell it herself first. I have seen women, you know, work out and they come through, you be like, God damn. But then they be like, I'm finna get in the shower. Mm-hmm. Okay, no harm, no foul. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But if she would have came trying to be intimate,
then you know you need to hit
you know what I'm saying? Now I gotta be like, damn, baby, you sweaty. Mm-hmm. I can't say, damn, you smell like funk. I gotta say you sweaty. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Because if I said that, now it hurt her feelings, now it killed the mood, it's gonna always be some type of penalty. That's how women think. Mm-hmm. Penalty.
I feel like the honesty should only be, a man should only be honest when it comes to like finances and stuff like that. Like you was talking about hitting on early credit scores. That's something you need to talk about. I feel like that need to be talked about before y'all even get into a relationship. What you got going on with yourself, what she got going on, what she see herself going in the next few years, what her credit score is, what she got, you know, just that. That, I feel like it should be some honesty with that before y'all even get into a relationship with the bill or anything. Now, as far as like hygiene, cheating, and certain shit like that, I don't feel like a woman can accept.
So you will lay up with a woman, y'all in a relationship, saying she stinks, like hygiene, her hygiene bad. You gonna lay up with her every day and not say nothing?
First off, let's go back to the beginning. Hold on. Let's go to the beginning.
Go ahead.
You gonna see if she's smelly and stanky in the beginning.
Okay,
don't nobody just start stinking over as y'all get in the relationship.
But still, if something changed from the front, you know, from the beginning to the middle or whatever.
Are you saying like she changed her soap or something and threw her pH?
Something changed. You know, to anything changed.
Well,
you
he probably like, damn, baby.
So you wouldn't say nothing.
She gonna
but
know.
You wouldn't say nothing.
She gonna know before me. Secondly, she gonna see my nose and face turned up, and I'm gonna be like, "What is that smell?"
Okay.
So I'm.
Well, there been times though, Dre, I ain't smelled nothing at first, but from the back you be like, "Ooh, wait, shit!" But at first you don't smell nothing.
Once them juices get the loose,
man, you turn your head, you be like, "Ooh." But you got a choice at that point. Do I want to bust his nut,
or
do I want to create a situation? Usually, I'll be like this. Oh wait, it just keep going. But back to what you were saying, though, you right. I do believe you should have a conversation with a woman about credit and all that stuff. But what woman gonna be honest? Most women, they got this sense of, you know what, I don't want to tell this nigga my business. It ain't none of his business.
But they want to know your business.
Well, of course she want to know your business because she want to know, you know what, where she going to put you. She want to know where you fit in at. I've never known a woman to tell me her credit score. Women don't tell men, you know, what my credit score. They don't tell you
sometimes
how much money they got. Of course, they're not telling you their age. They don't tell you their weight. They gonna tell you how many niggas they been with. They ain't gonna tell you how many abortions they had.
They ain't gonna tell you if they've been with another
They ain't gonna tell you. I mean, shit. They ain't gonna tell you a lot of stuff. How many times they been evicted? But you know what? She will tell you she like getting her hair done every 2 weeks or every once a month, nails done.
She like to eat at.
Yeah, she'll tell you when it come to spending. But when it come to like, you know what, baby, how can we build? You know, I need to know your status and where you at on things so I know what I need to do. She don't want to talk about that. That's not the common conversation that most black women like to have with a man.
I think it's most women at all. So, I mean, I can go with majority, maybe black, but I think all women are like that.
What, secretive about their finances?
Secretive about finances. If they're coming in looking to come up off this man.
But why you always gotta look for a come up?
I mean, I don't know why do people gotta look for a come up.
I have no idea. I don't have a problem telling.
You got social media.
Yeah, I don't have a problem telling if you ask where I work and what I do. But
have you ever went into a relationship expecting to do for a man?
Expecting? No, and I don't expect him. You know.
So if he wants some pussy, you go just give him some pussy without no expectations of him.
No.
So where you?
Mm-mm.
So.
But I'm just not going in there really. And just like he expects something from me.
But you just switching it around. I was getting to that.
Oh.
But see, you know what I'm saying? That's how I know you bullshitting.
No, I'm not.
And when you meet a man, you already got some type of expectations in your head of him. He just don't know it.
Okay.
You want to figure out what his pocket's like, you know, what his potential is like. You already got an interview.
I don't talk to people because of what they potentially have or may not have.
So why you talk to people?
If I like you, it doesn't matter where you work at. Okay. You're doing something.
So if he work,
you can't be sitting at home playing a video game for free.
Okay, let's say he can pay his own bills.
Okay, yeah.
He can pay his own car note. Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna want him to do nothing for you? He can come over to your house and lay up and jangle.
No.
So what's your expectations?
You got to come with something now.
Like what?
Anything. I don't know. Whatever. If I ask for something.
A bottle of wine.
No, we're not doing.
See what I'm saying? You're not being honest.
You don't drink wine?
I do drink wine.
Oh, okay.
I drink Moscato. I sure do.
So he's showing up with a bottle of wine ain't enough?
Maybe. Depending on the situation.
Depends on her mood.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. And this is why you can't be honest with a woman. Because she's emotional and her mood is going to change daily.
Yeah.
So you know what? You showed up last weekend with a bottle of wine.
And she liked it.
Nah, she like, well, nigga,
where the liquor at?
I need my telephone bill paid. You know, you like, what the fuck? A bottle of wine cost you what? $20. Telephone bill be $150. That's a big jump. And then he's thinking like, why do I have to do things financially for you just to try to get to know you or build a relationship with you? That don't make sense.
But that's for women. If women are looking for the old school where men court women. It's a difference when men courted women because men was courting women back in the days because they was looking for a wife. Now that's an obligation. Women feel like just to even get to know my name, to do this and that, you got to do something. You got to spend some money. You know what I mean? It ain't like a sensible, like a restaurant. We can go somewhere just have a burger or something. It got to be somewhere that sound expensive this, expensive that, so they can post their little drinks and say, I'm here. Maybe their first time even in that motherfucker. They can't afford to go, or if they can afford to go, they're not going to spend that type of money. So they're going to make this lollipop guy come through and spend that type of money in hopes that he may even get some. And then when this man say, okay, well, you moving this way, you moving that way. Oh, no, I'm a lady, I'm a woman. No. You're not acting like a woman. You acting like
a trick.
Yeah, like a nigga tricking to get that. So that's where the honesty come in. I'd rather a woman tell me, listen, yeah, I like you cute, you whatever, but in order to get some of this, you're gonna have to take me to these different spots and this and that. That's honesty. No woman has ever told a man, okay, yeah, I'm gonna give you some eventually, but these are some of the things you need to do to get to this motherfucker. Instead, they lead you on date one, kiss on the cheek and all that. It's shit crazy. So it's honesty is when a person when they want to use it, and normally is when they trying to exit the door.
And I think though too, Dre. Speaking of honesty, a lot of these women be 2-3 months behind on their car note. Instead of telling this nigga take you to a restaurant, you should be asking nigga for some help. Yeah. Listen, I'm 2 months behind on my car note. And they looking for this motherfucker. But you'll still have this man take you to this restaurant, spend $200-$300 on you. You still
meet these people that's always
That's
behind
all
their
They
bills.
supposed to, boy.
Women are compulsive spenders. Women.
Me personally, I pay all my bills first. Then if I have money to play with, I play. But I can't be behind on nothing because I don't want nobody calling me. Well, I'd rather be broke and all my bills paid.
You may be different.
Yeah, I pay my bills
but
first.
But most women, they're gonna steal. A hairdo costs about $300-$400.
What kind of hair y'all getting?
My daughter hit me up and her
she got a sew in.
She got a lace front.
A wig. A wig install.
And I'm thinking she in high school. Mm-hmm. Now I'm thinking about the women that's out here dating a man. When she get paid, she want her hair looking good. She going to work every day looking like she a model. Mm-hmm. So her hair got to be perfect. Clothes got to be on point. Nails did. They getting up an hour early putting on makeup and shit. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they debate for something all the time. Mm-hmm. So all that costs money. Mm-hmm. So who you think what's going to suffer? That car note go suffer. That mortgage go suffer. Light bill go suffer.
Them the wrong group of
females.
But
if they look like something, it ain't gonna take long for them to get one or two suckers. Like I see at my job, motherfuckers be buying people lunches and all that, and motherfuckers get to date. They ain't 9 times out of 10 they ain't dating for free. They looking for some help. You got to think. A man, just say a man pay child support, whatever he got going on, and he's still able to, get by, whatever. He got 1 kid. The average woman got 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. So you got to think, she by herself, she's single, she got 4 or 5 kids. If she's not getting any type of support from the fathers, she's definitely going to need some support. She's going to need some help. And she got to look her best. She got to catch something. You know what I mean? It's like when a spider put the net out that they trying to catch. They baiting. They need something to eat. So they trying to find a man to come take some of this relief. You know what I mean?
And you know what, Dre? And we was talking about being honest in a relationship. These women go to work. Mm-hmm. Some men, but mostly it's the women, my opinion. I don't know because I don't play like that. But a lot of these, they got boyfriends, work boyfriends. Ain't no woman finna go home and tell her dude, you know what, I got a work husband at work. I got a work boyfriend. You can't be honest about that kind of shit. Because if I'm dating a woman and my woman come and tell me she got a work husband, we falling the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
See, normally that happen when the man at home is lacking. He can't afford to do the shit, whatever need to be did. So she need to deal with this other man for the help, the financial help, or he's not doing what he need to be doing in the bedroom. You got to realize if this man is knocking her bottom out, he's a good provider and all that, she's not really going to get the man at the job that type of eye because he's doing everything he need to be doing at the house. A woman feeds off energy and happiness. If this man brings her this happiness, then she's not going to tiptoe and do all the other stuff. Now, if he lack at home, bills is not getting paid, he ain't jumping off the top rope and all that, then she may wander off and say, you know what?
I've been with a lot of women. Mm-hmm. It's obvious, in the past it didn't work because I moved on. Mm-hmm. I never met a woman that was just completely satisfied. A woman go find something about you to bitch about. If you blowing her back out, if you paying her bills, now you ain't got the time. If you paying all her bills, you got to spend your time somewhere else to make the money. Mm-hmm. So you're going to always have a problem with a woman. It's just designed like that. That's why you can't tell this woman your business because soon as she get mad, you know how many niggas that went to jail because a woman got mad? Oh, you was with a bitch. Oh, I'm calling the police and telling them where the drugs at, where the guns at. Listen, you wrong. I'm out hustling. I'm out getting money to pay all these fucking bills you running up. And you keep accusing me, you cannot tell her exactly what you doing. You can't exactly tell her where your product at. You can't exactly because she's going to use it against you. Once she get in her feelings, you know how many men that got locked the fuck up because a woman is in her feelings, call the police on him and get him locked up because she mad?
It happened to me twice. I've been through that. I had a chick take a garbage bag full of pounds out the house and told her she was going to have her daddy run up in my house. Her daddy used to work at the 10th precinct at that time. Then I had a chick lie, old girl, when I had the SS truck. She reported that I pulled a gun on her and I shot at her and all that shit. All this because I was just trying to break up with her. The only thing saved me, the lady that was in the condo that we was in, she was right in the window like, why is y'all harassing this man? This man ain't did nothing. So if the lady didn't stand up for me, I'd have went to jail. This lady completely lied on me, bro.
And that would have changed your whole life.
Changed my life. I'm gonna give you another time. This back when we still moving, long time ago. I was in my truck. I was on the way to take care of business. She took my license plate off the truck of my car.
Damn.
And the only reason I knew I pulled up in Fresh driveway. If I would have stopped at Fresh House, I'd have been in the world of anything. Imagine riding around here, you dirty, you ain't got a license plate on a brand new truck. See what I'm saying? So them type of games, women can get devious. Like men are devious. I ain't gonna lie, men sometimes will hurt women and do all that. But it's always off a reaction. Certain guys are not going to prison. I don't care how much they love you. Once you get the time up throwing the police and sending them to prison, niggas gonna make you disappear before they go lay down. So women can be devious, men can be devious too. But sometimes it's better to just lie and not be honest, because if you don't give a woman honesty, she don't have no information to tell against you. You can't let her know, like you say, what the product at. You can't let her know all the moves you make, because anytime you break up, even if y'all break up and just completely go separate ways without no animosity, who's to say she don't meet the next man and start plotting with this man on how to get?
Yeah.
Oh, I know where he keep everything. Where's
Where y'all
money
meet
at?
these people at?
That's majority of the women.
This is real
It's
life.
called pillow talk.
One, you stay in Detroit, so I know you done heard a lot of these stories, one. And secondly, you see TV. A lot of these TV shows are written off
Based
of
on
true
real life.
life stories. And I know for sure, a few guys that done lost everything due to a shady type of woman. So, I mean.
Well, you know what? I think, a lot of these women vibe is off the man she's choosing to deal with. Because she could be with a stand-up dude and then start dating a shady dude, and then she'll pick up his vibes. And like I say, he might be robbing niggas and she the getaway driver.
But you know what, bro? I feel like she can carry that. Just say, I was the robbing dude, and then she get to you. You a stand-up guy. She's bringing that shit to you. You see what I'm saying? It's all about the energy. It can be reversed, like you said it that way, but it can be the opposite way. A woman gonna go with what's popping at the time. Her whole thing is this: I'm latching on to him because I'm trying to eat, I'm trying to survive, and I just want my life to be easier. I've never saw that many men say, you know what, I'm gonna choose her because she got money to make my life easier.
Yeah, you right about that.
Never saw that in my life.
Yeah, women went against their kids for that money. You know what I'm saying? If a man in the streets and he moving around, she want to be with him. She'll have her kids sitting somewhere 2-3 days with their mama, with the grandma, missing school, trying to keep a tab on this nigga.
Yeah.
So, but now let that woman's mama call her and say, listen, why you ain't taking care of your kids? What you think she gonna say to the mama? They gonna fall out. And the only thing the mama doing is being honest. Mm-hmm. See, women don't respect honesty.
I do.
You didn't always.
Yes, I did. I wasn't always honest.
Well, you won't even be honest about a man bringing you a bottle of wine, and then, that's enough for you. The first day is enough, but the next time you see him, he got to have more. So, I think you kind of support what we saying.
I'm confused.
Well, I think as your emotions grow, so do your needs grow.
I think
probably so.
it depends on the individual
I like how you said that.
well.
Yeah, and on the individual.
Yeah, but see, that ain't fair to a man. If you know what, if I'm fucking with you on some drunk shit, that's how we fuck around on some drunk shit. Mm-hmm. Now, just because we've been fucking around,
that's all your expectations.
That's right.
And I understand that.
So you can't start telling me, oh, you ain't responsible. I ain't never dealt with you on the responsible shit. Mm-hmm. Every time
so you don't know what I'm doing responsibly, because you always see me when I'm drunk or I'm high.
I wouldn't appreciate you bringing responsibilities up because that's not what level we on. Mm-hmm. I think women have a hard time dealing with men on the level that they are on. Mm-hmm. No, what level we are on. Mm-hmm. You know what? If we on some having fun shit,
that's all we
don't talk business with me. Mm-hmm. Don't talk about my kids. Mm-hmm. Don't talk about my credit score.
All you talk about is fun.
We talking about fun shit and what we go do when we together. Mm-hmm. Now, when we away from each other, that's it. But see, a lot of times people get things confused. They think
they meet you here and then
we spend a little more time
so
together,
they going
and
up.
you thinking you know me. Yeah. So now you want to tell me about myself. You know, why you keep driving that old ass car? You know, you work at such and such making this. Women were cutting to you. They want to know why you driving, because now they thinking about their friends seeing you in that raggedy motherfucker, and you know what? She want to have this
persona that she's more than what she is,
or she date a certain type of niggas. You know what I'm saying? You could be a security guard working at a place a woman feeling you, but she don't want her friends know when she come in that store
that you the security guard.
She gonna look at you, hey, and keep walking with her friend, and you just blew her back out last night.
I went through some shit like that, bro. Listen, this was a long time ago. I was out there washing my car or whatever. So, you know, you washing your car, you got anything on. Went to the store, saw a throwback. I spoke and hugged. She was kind of dry with it. She with a bunch of girls. They all dressed up and nice and shit. I said, okay, I see the vibe. So we wind up going to, I forgot. I think it's called Sweet Bistro now. That's what that is on 6 Mile. But back then it was something else.
Platinum.
Platinum. I owned it back then. So we go up in there, me and a couple of my peoples and all that. Now nigga got the jury on, fresh, and I'm with dog and them. Everybody juried up. We go through the back door. And she like, can we get in? I'll say, nah, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Y'all, I'll see you inside. Once we get inside, this motherfucker trying to sit in my face all night. And the vibe totally changed when she saw a motherfucker kitted up and all that. And that's how it is. With men, we don't really care. As long as a woman got her hair did, she ain't got to have on no name brands and labels and all that. But vice versa, a man we got to have all this shit on to be even taken around, more than likely taken around a woman for.
See, Dre, I'm a basic dude. You know what I'm saying? I like a woman I can have fun with. You know, we go get a room or something, we in the pool, let's have fun. I don't want no woman worried about, I got my hair. See, that ain't fun to me. I like a woman, you know what, put your hair in a ponytail.
You better get a woman with good natural curly hair, somebody mixed or something.
Yeah, I usually date them type of women. I don't like no woman but see, I remember when I was younger, my cousins and them, they had that hot comb. You can hear that shit fry when they pulling it through. See, women don't even think about being natural no more. You can't even tell a woman, you know, because to me, a lot of all these black women to me want to look like white women. You know what they want? They want the makeup, they want the smooth skin, they want the straight hair, they want the long eyelashes, all men don't like skinny women. Just like all men don't like thick women. Listen, be you, baby. I want
somebody for everybody.
Yeah, I want my woman to just put on some lip gloss. That's all I want you to do. Put some lip gloss on, and that's what I like. Anything more than that, I consider extra.
See, that's like the wigs, the weave.
I can't stand no chick with no wig, man.
That's not being honest. That's not being your true self. But a lot of people say, "Oh, we doing it for ourselves. This, and that." You know, so.
Man, these chicks is like Transformers. Once you get them home and they get to taking off all that shit, man.
That's not who you thought you was with.
No, she take off her hair. You know, have you ever had a chick that got all that shit fucked up your pillowcase up? Oh man, listen, man.
Makeup, grease on your head.
The makeup, grease on your fucked your shit up. You can't get that shit out. You might well throw that shit in the garbage. You got all this packed up, so when you take
I don't even date with women with even
you supposed to wash your face before you go to sleep.
I don't date women that wear makeup. I've never dated.
I don't know what these women be. They Transformers, man. Nails fake, everything.
I don't mind.
And everything.
Yeah, everything.
I don't mind women wearing like the fake nails because of the design. Some women don't have good nails anyway, so the nails I can go with that.
What you mean they don't have good nails?
Like, you know, some people got brittle nails and some, you know what I mean? It's not like how her nails is.
Don't look at
well, if you don't take care of your nails, they gonna get brittle.
I just get
acrylic
on top of my nail.
Sometimes
and I get 2 fingers with.
Sometimes it's genetic though that they nails is just fucked up, brittle and all that. So that can be a genetic thing, but
or a vitamin deficiency.
Yeah, the nails, I'm not tripping off that. My thing, as long as they ain't wearing them wigs, I can go with pretty much anything. But
so you can fuck with them eyelashes, them long ass eyelashes?
No, they got to be at a minimum. They got to be standard. They can't be all extra.
Man, I be looking at that shit, man.
And no BBL.
They looking like they too heavy. You can't even open your eyes because
No,
Listen, I be
They
seeing
long
like
as
that
hell.
clumped up black shit on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
I
mascara
see all
shit.
kind of shit, man. I be looking like that shit is foul.
That's
But they
even
think
with
they be
lipstick,
looking
man.
good.
Like every woman don't look nice with lipstick. I'm hard on that lipstick shit.
And then the color gotta be right. Can you imagine a dark skinned girl wearing a bright ass red? You'll be like, man, you look like a straight prostitute. But you can't tell her that.
Look, maybe that's what she do.
If you come pick her up and y'all going out and she dressed up and she come out and she dark with a bright ass red and you tell her like, baby, you gotta go change your lipstick, she gonna get offended. What you mean? What's wrong with it? You can't be honest with no woman. If she got this outfit on, you finna take her to a decent restaurant, a 4.5-star restaurant. She come out with some stretch pants. You can't tell her what.
Yes,
baby,
you can. You better tell her.
what you gonna say?
If you don't tell her, you don't like it or change your clothes
Okay.
or something. You can say
Well,
anything.
tell me.
Nicely. You can say,
What?
I don't really like that. You got something else you can try on?
She gonna say,
let me see what
what's
looks
wrong?
best.
She gonna say,
And then you
wrong?
tell her.
She gonna say,
you don't
what's
think
wrong when
that's
I got
appropriate
on?
for where we going? Why is that so bad?
Or she gonna go in the house, act like she gonna change, and then she ain't coming back out.
Where y'all get these people from?
Listen, man,
You
these-
stroke a person's ego.
Listen, they get offended. Women
my
are
goodness.
offended by a man's honesty. When a man get honest with a woman, she start thinking about what's wrong with him. You know what? This nigga go try to tell me how to dress with his raggedy ass car. What the fuck the car got to do with your outfit?
Absolutely.
You know what? This nigga gonna sit up here and tell me I need to go change. I ain't say nothing about his raggedy ass mouth. You be like,
Oh,
what
my
do that
God.
got to do with anything? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it doesn't have anything
They
to do
looking
with
to
it.
attack
So they
you.
looking at you, giving them constructive criticism
No.
as
Just telling them honest.
If
we go-
honesty and constructive criticism. They don't know how to take it, so they looking at that as an insult. So they're going to come back at you with insults.
they're going to attack you.
That's
yeah,
just
it's
criticism.
that's
If it's coming out of man's mouth, it's not constructive.
It's wrong. If
straight
it come out of
criticism.
man's mouth, it's automatically wrong. And
because
that's
if I
why
was with someone and they always voice, say like for instance, we said watch a TV and you keep pointing out this specific type of person. You know what I'm saying? Looks wise, dressing, everything. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. That should click something in your head, and you should look at yourself like,
but men don't do that.
shit.
You ain't gonna
Yeah,
have
I
no
don't- I
man
don't
watching
do that.
TV with his girl pointing out something in another girl. No.
I didn't say.
He thinking about what he trying to do. That's how men think. When a man with a woman, he thinking about what he on. He ain't thinking about what everybody else on, what the other people trying to do. That's how men think. Women think the way you think, and I think a lot of women make mistakes thinking a man think like them. That's what create arguments. I ain't even on what you
I'm not
talking about.
expecting for a man to think like a female or for them to agree with everything I say. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And you are entitled to tell me if you like something or not. Just like I should be able to tell you if I like something or not.
Yeah, but see, even with you, we talking now. I'm getting conflicted stories.
Because you want to know where the wine coming from.
Well, anything I ask you, it's always a flip side to it. You know what I'm saying? But we talking honesty. So if I'm trying to get,
I'm gonna say it probably depends on the individual and the circumstances. Some people
she gonna like certain guys or
some
certain
people
guy more
can't
than
take,
other
just
guy.
like you say, a female. Some men can't take women talking to them like that. Some men can't. Some men, some of the toughest men you would think, they kind of sensitive. Really, really sensitive. Like
It depends
females.
what you say. If you tell a nigga he got a little dick, of course he gonna be sensitive about
well,
that.
a nigga with a little dick, who you think know they got a little dick first? You or the nigga?
He know.
Okay, so
that's probably why he going out his way to
most
spin
niggas-
and do things
Like how
that
you
he
said,
shouldn't be
you
doing.
fuck with a nigga almost 6 months
Yeah.
before he tried to get some pussy. That lets you know
That
he
he
know he
should-
got a little dick.
Oh, yeah.
So sex is not on the top of his list. Niggas that got confident in their shit.
So you saying because he waited 6 months, that mean he got a little dick?
Well, I believe if a nigga
See?
got a little dick, sex is not at the top of. He want to get to know this woman and prove to her
Yeah,
he's a
he
good
got-
guy.
that he
So
got
she
something else
so
to
she
offer.
can see his other good features.
His qualities.
Because she know when they get to the sex part,
He ain't-
that's
he ain't
going to be a
disappointed.
letdown.
Oh, I got you. I understand.
So if she went 6 months before she gave a nigga some pussy,
He already knew.
you already know. You know what, baby? I hope she know I make good money. I got a nice place, a nice car. I take her to nice places because I'm finna fail in the bedroom. I'm finna get an F.
See, I kind of disagree on that situation because I done been in situations where I dated motherfucker 4, 5, even 6 months and didn't even try to get none because I was getting some money. You see what I'm saying? So it depends on the individual.
Trey, you went 3, 4 months while getting the pussy.
Yes.
From that person?
Listen, when I did a threesome with an unnamed person and I brought the other girl, she thought I was already fucking the girl. And I hadn't fucked the girl and I knew her for about 6 months. I just didn't have the time because I was chasing some money. That was back in the good old days. You know what I mean, boy? You got to think, even if you wanted to fuck like you wanted to fuck, when the money coming like that, you got to think every day just sitting on the block, even if you wasn't hustling, the dice game, you might get 10, 15,000. Ain't nobody about to be sitting up at there fucking some pussy and missing out on. You got to think, this money was coming through this motherfucker every day. So, with the option. Go fuck some pussy and I'm gonna have to spend some money, or I could be on the block doing 10, 15.
You get the pussy before you even came out.
Oh, so that means your girl spent the night or something.
Well, see, I always was in relationships.
Bro, you was, see, that's different. We just talking about random motherfuckers. Because, one, I'm not having no random motherfuckers laying
See, I got a trust issue, so I'm not finna have chicks multiple. So you know what? While I'm out in the street, I got me some pussy before I came out. Mm-hmm. Or I'm gonna give me some pussy when I go in. Cause my thing is I believe everything should have a shut off time. Right. So even when we was hustling, if you noticed at a certain time I was gone.
You was gone, yeah.
Then I'm out early. Mm-hmm. But I'm always gone. Everything should have a shut off time. So for me, it was different. Everything
was on the schedule.
Man, Dre hustled 24/7. So you know.
You hustle like you was going to work.
Like a job.
Yeah. Stop.
I want to be properly rested the next day
to do
so
the
I
same
can
thing.
Be focused and all that. Yep. I agree. So yeah. So for me, it was a little different. But I think just like if a woman knows she got a terrible body, she ain't finna be. She wants you to cut the lights out. Cut the lights off before we have sex. She don't want you. She know her body is built like a cereal box with legs. So she ain't really want to show that off. So I think people know their flaws before other people even point them out. And that's why, honestly.
And then with that being said, some people be waiting on you to say something about, to validate what they feel about themselves. Sometimes. Because they want to see if you're going to be honest.
It's hurtful. No, it's hurtful.
Look, hurt my feelings.
It's hurtful. You know what? Can you imagine a guy telling you like, "Damn, baby, every time I come over your house, your shit nasty," and you just cleaned up. But to him, his cleanness is another level. Mm-hmm. And you be like, "I just washed my dishes." He said, "But damn, look around your baseboard. That's nasty. Mm-hmm. It'll hurt your feelings. You ain't finna go get a rag and soap and start cleaning that shit out." But now you thinking like...
You're going to tell him to leave. That's what
if you don't like it, you can go. That's what you would say. Exactly. If you don't like it, you can go. So honesty does not work with a woman. Anything a man say, and all he doing is telling the truth. I remember I used to date a female. She had...
so would y'all want a woman to be completely honest with y'all?
Nope, not me.
I don't care for it.
Oh. Honesty get your motherfucking head knocked
off. Yeah, I don't care. I care for a woman.
The opposite person head knocked off? If a woman was honest to a man, you gonna knock her head off.
Because she ain't being honest to be 100. She being honest to be hurtful.
If a woman came, I've had this situation. I dated a stripper back in the days. She came in late claiming she was out with the girls at the Waffle House. She was out fucking and sucking. So I can accept that she gave somebody some sex. But I asked my man, I say, "Dog, did she suck your..." He was like, "Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, big dog. She sucked this motherfucker." So my thing is this. You gave him some... I'm cool with that. I can accept that. Once you get this giving this nigga head, that's a different level because you gotta like this nigga.
You gotta please him. Trying to please him.
In your mouth. You see what I'm saying? So that changes the game. So yeah, that'll get your... If my woman came in the house and say, "Yeah, I just blew this nigga down somewhere," yeah, she gonna get her head combed.
Yeah, sure. But see with me, Dre...
I'm packing my shit up.
If I ask a woman something, tell me. Because I'm already on it. Mm-hmm. Now I just want to sit up here and process what I'm going to do. So tell me. But I don't expect for no woman to come in and tell me, "You know what, I just got through from jacking the nigga off in the car." Mm-hmm. I don't expect for her to do that. But if I ask you, I'm already on you. I'm go figure it out.
So you better bet.
I already got some evidence already.
See, in this situation, I was on the phone with the nigga. She was standing there. So when he was saying it, I saw it on her face. She was like,
oh, you seen the nigga?
No, I'm on the phone with the nigga. The nigga called the house. Me and her was staying together. The nigga called the house like, let me speak to such and such. I'm like, dog, why the fuck you calling my house with my bitch? You know what I mean? He like, oh, big dog, I ain't know she had a nigga, blah, blah, blah. And he said what he said. I got to ask him some questions, and she's standing there like with the ghost eyes, like eyes wide open. And, you know, it went left. So, you know.
I had a chick that called me one time, man. She was having sex with a dude.
Why she was having sex?
Yeah, nigga. You know your girl.
It didn't call accidentally.
I think he probably bent her over or something. Her phone called. That was before the flip phones. You know, that was the phone. Remember the Nokia phones?
Codes.
Yeah, it wasn't no lock. And man, she always make this noise.
You knew that noise.
I'm listening, and I'm getting madder. You thinking like, I know she ain't getting fucked. And then you like, baby.
Did she hear you?
He probably called.
So now, see, that's when I switch into a nigga. I switch into nigga mode. I'm listening.
I'd have been listening as I'm driving.
But no, she's out of town.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I always say that girl trip shit, don't no nigga fall for that shit. She already going to meet a nigga. That's a destination meeting.
Meet a nigga down there.
Yeah, so when she went out of town, you know, about 3:30, my phone ring. I answer the phone like, hey, what's up? And I hear her. And I'm thinking she playing. Mm-hmm. So, you know, like, baby.
Oh, wow.
And she not responding. Baby. And I hear, so now I'm going to listen. Because you ain't going to be able to tell me
it wasn't
shit.
true.
Yeah. So the next day, I called her like 8 o'clock that morning. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad all night. I called her 8 o'clock that morning. You know what? She don't answer. She called me back about 9. Remember I was telling you about, if a woman got to call you back, that's a red flag. Mm-hmm. So she called me back about 9. Damn, where you was at? Oh, I was asleep. I said, well, you know you called me last night. She's like, no, I didn't. I said, yes, you did, about 3. She said, no, I didn't call you. I said, check your call log.
And see how many minutes we was on that phone.
Well, I was on the phone about 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's
listening to her getting banged out. Mm-hmm. Mm. So when she looked, she was like, well, I don't know how I called you. I said, I heard you. Nigga was running you. I heard him running you. She lied.
He called, bro. He called.
Well, I don't think he called because back then.
I done did it before. I done been banging chicks out and call her nigga, be like Big Daddy or whatever. I call that motherfucker so he here.
You call a nigga while you fucking
it's her nigga. I mean, you know, it be a dusty for somebody.
I never even thought about that.
I done did that type of shit. Yeah,
I'm thinking she butt called me, but probably. I don't know. I never thought that. What I'm saying is, she wasn't gonna be honest with me, cause she knew at that point, pretty much we was done. I already made my mind up. I said, you know what? I'm gonna keep her around for now. But I'm not gonna treat her right.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? I'm gonna be knocking off everything. I'm gonna be real disrespectful because I'm already there. Yeah. Now she should have just said, you know what? Yeah, I fucked. Now I got a choice. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say, damn, you know what? I owe you one. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get your ass back. Mm-hmm. If we could have moved forward. Mm-hmm. But when you lie, that tells me, listen,
you can't move forward, dog.
A woman,
I can move forward on some dick and pussy shit, Dre.
I can't.
A woman can fuck another nigga because I ain't the first nigga got the pussy.
She probably sucked this dick. She probably fucking wrong.
She probably got some asshole.
Okay, and a man could go out and sucking pussy and everything else, but then you go back to your girl and you expect her to still be there.
You know what the difference is? The difference is this. With us, it can be just enough. With y'all, it's feelings. You gotta like a nigga and let a nigga in your bed.
So you just eat everybody pussy?
Right or wrong?
No, some girls, most women want to go out of town to have one night stands.
I never went out of town to have a wife.
She doing one night stand out of town. She doing one night stands in this motherfucker.
I ain't never had a
You think so?
Fuck yeah.
And I know a lot of women.
I know a lot of women say they go out of town and they try things.
You never in your life had a one night stand.
I'm not out of town.
Ever. Here.
I say out of here.
Okay.
Not out of town though. I ain't never clicked up with a bunch of females and we went out of state and we just out there fucking. I've never done that.
I think most females when they go out them girls trips, I think they be fuck trips. I think they already got a nigga.
So when y'all go on y'all man trips, it be trick trips.
No, see when we go on our man trips, usually we go on there as a bonding thing.
Okay.
When men go out of town, we going out of town, we bond because most of our circle, we've been with each other for 40 years. Mm-hmm. 40 years. Mm-hmm. So we go out, we
talking
business, we talking about how we go do this and what we should be. You think we might be gone for what, 4-5 days, Dre? How you gonna meet a chick in 4-5 days? We ain't taking no chicks with us. So it's all guys. We sit around in the pool and we talk. Last trip I brought my son. And we teaching our sons on how to be men, how men supposed to talk, how you bring a man to the table.
How to have loyalty.
There you go.
And you gotta like I got brothers that don't even listen. I was talking to one of my brothers, and I say, man, my man's name is like brothers. We not friends. We like brothers. You need to have friends where you can move this, and that. Y'all can take care of business. He said he don't have nobody where he can put nothing in their hand. He said that whatever it is, I don't have nobody I can trust like that. I said, well, you don't have no friends. And people take friendship, the name friend don't mean just because you can go party with a motherfucker. If I can't close my eyes around you, if I can't borrow $10 I can't loan you $10, y'all can't trust each other, y'all not friends. Y'all motherfuckers just acquaintances.
See, Dre, I tell my girl this. I said, you know what? I want to be around people that can use me. I also want to be around people that I can use. That's what gives us our worth. If you around somebody that can't do shit for you,
you feel,
or you can't do shit for them, I'm questioning why even deal with them. A person, listen, it's so many women out here they can't even call their homegirl and get $20 from them. It's so many girls out here can't even call a girl. You know what? Can you keep my daughter while I go to work? They don't have, but they got all these friends. They got all these women they can call and go to the club with. See, to me, that's bullshit. You got buddy partners. You got associates. You got slut friends. Friends that want to come and pick you up. Y'all go out to meet niggas.
And that's it.
Yeah, or get drinks, get drunk.
Y'all don't have no constructive conversations about growing or doing things.
No, nothing.
I disagree. They got constructive conversations. They conversations is how to get some money out of nigga. So it's always a group of women talking about a man got to be doing A, B, and C, and they ain't fucking with a man unless he doing A, B, and C. So that's their conversations. So they definitely having conversations.
But if she talking, if a girl coming to get you only time y'all going out to meet some niggas and trying to get some money out of some niggas, I'm questioning that. The thing is, the whole purpose of having friends is y'all can use each other
to grow.
It sound harsh, but you should be able to use your friends, and your friends should be able to use you, even if you got a friend that you can call and they got an open ear for you. That's a friend.
But like, I tried to do the whole click up girl thing. It didn't work out.
You kind of antisocial though.
But when I do open up with people, and then they just, I don't know. I'd be ready to fuck somebody up, so I have to just go back to my shit.
Well, because you probably pay them too much attention. But see, when you dealing with men, it's authentic, it's real. So I'm not feeling no certain type of way about you because men understand the relationship. I'm not gonna say nothing about nothing that's personal to you. You ain't gonna talk about nothing, but we can talk about anything. We can sit up here and talk about other people. But you cross the line when I start talking about what's personal to you, what means something to you. I'm talking about your kids. I'm talking about your woman. I'm talking about, what you do with your money.
Conversation, we should.
But you see how women fall out about, if you put 4-5 women in the same room and put some liquor in there, oh man, that'd be fighting.
And it's also like okay, I know a guy who was dealing with a female. And then her friend, somebody she considered a sister, was on the same guy too. And they told, the one told them that oh, I don't talk to her like that. That ain't nothing but y'all sisters behind doors. What is that? That's nasty. So now y'all both, you understand what I'm saying? She was talking to him. This one was talking to him. And
so who ain't being honest?
The girls.
They not being honest with each other.
Yeah, they not being. Yeah, so now he popping both of them. Yeah, because they talking about so they not being.
They keeping it a secret between each other.
I guess so. So that's not friends. They're not friends.
So he must got some money.
But what position is the man playing? Is he either one of they man, or they both of his side chicks?
Well, he don't have a woman, but he just
what
fucking both of them.
Do they got a man?
Yeah, they had
See, that goes back to being honest.
They had.
See, you see what I'm saying about?
Yeah.
Not only is she's fucking, because if she fucking him, she fucking somebody else too. Mm-hmm. Then she fucking behind her homegirl.
Yeah.
So she
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but why she ain't calling her nigga and letting her nigga fuck her too? If you
so bring a third person in, so everybody just.
This is what I'm saying though. If I'm gonna take this kind of, if my woman fucking a nigga and her girl fucking the same nigga, they both fucking the same nigga. Yeah. Why not just bring her in our bed and let me enjoy it too?
So we have a polyamorous relationship.
Well, I would appreciate that.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't want my girl fucking know everybody. I'm stingy.
Yeah, but if your girl fuck with other niggas and her girl and they fucking with the same niggas.
Once my girl
I'm already making my mind up, my escape. But I want to get some enjoyment.
Yeah, you gonna hit her too.
I want to knock her off. But see, she will never tell him that. Mm-hmm. See, what I'm talking about is the honesty that comes from a man perspective. Mm-hmm. She ain't gonna never tell this man her and her girl fucking the same nigga. So you know what?
She can't.
He's dumbfounded to that. She told him she was going to the club.
See, I think he gonna know because I don't give a fuck. If this nigga and you slide in that motherfucker, you gonna be like, your shit should have been a little bit tighter. We ain't fucked in 3
Trey,
weeks.
You know how many tricks? I know all the tricks for a woman. They get in there, they put vinegar in that water. That vinegar.
I don't think it's gonna get your shit all the way
yes,
tight.
Yes, it
like
do,
that.
Dre. That vinegar, if a woman takes some vinegar, put in her bath water, it tighten that motherfucker up until you get going in that motherfucker.
Like lemon juice.
But the entry, you go be like, damn, this motherfucker tight. But once you've been in there for 2-3 minutes, it's gonna open right back up.
Because I know you know a trick too.
I don't do those tricks.
You ain't never put no vinegar in your water?
I don't do all that. No.
So do women got tricks to make it tighter?
I don't know.
Squeeze their muscles. They squeeze their pussy
do that.
muscles.
That's Kegels. That's Kegel exercises.
When you first going in there, she squeezed her pussy muscles. You like, this motherfucker
but
tight
you can
as
tell
hell.
if she squeezed. I'm just talking about.
No, you can't tell on the entry.
Oh, okay.
See, the entry will fool you. See, you looking for, if it been chicks that you slide right in, you be like, damn. Damn, this motherfucking loose. But then you got the ones, you be like, gotta work a little bit, and you gotta hold that motherfucker and work it, and then it pop, boop. And then you be like, okay. Now you be like, that motherfucker right. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing I'm saying, they already know. They know how to squeeze that pussy. They know how to put vinegar in the water. You know, they know how to do all the little tricks to... You know I'm telling the truth.
I don't got no tricks.
Well, you ain't gonna tell the truth anyway.
I will. I don't have no tricks.
Well, I feel like this. You was talking about how men can be a group of men in one room and they can deal with each other, not deal with each other. The honesty is this. With men, us being men, we can sit here and say, like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with all y'all, but I ain't fucking with that nigga. You know what I mean? That's the honesty amongst men. With women, a motherfucking woman may not like this motherfucker, but she still, hey girl, you know, all that fakery shit. You see what I'm saying? That's the only difference I can see between men and women. Women deal with each other knowing they don't like each other and be fake with everything. And men, either we fuck with you and deal with you, or if we ain't liking you or we ain't got no kickness for you, we ain't fucking with you at all.
And you know what, Dre? You know what really irks me about when the women be lying about, you ever had a chick that always tell you every goddamn body is her brother or her cousin? See, to me, you know what I hear when I hear that shit?
He smashed.
You fucked him. Mm-hmm. Cause
he like a brother to me.
I was like, you know what? He like a donkey to you. He didn't sit up here and went through there and tore you apart. Mm-hmm. That's why you want to keep that relationship and keep it open. That's what I hear. Mm-hmm. If a woman be like, oh, you know, but that's my brother. That's my cousin. I'm going to be like, listen, you lying. Mm-hmm. How's he your cousin? See,
where the auntie and the auntie
I met your auntie such and such.
That's your uncle, dad, your kid.
And you know what? No, not like that. We just grew up together. Say that. Because I know you fucked him. But see, that's the honesty.
So every time?
Normally.
I believe so. When a woman say that's my brother and they not blood.
We grew up with like cousins that I ain't never.
You ain't never say to somebody that you messed around with was your brother or your cousin?
No.
I hear it all the time. No. And that goes back to that honesty.
I don't want to talk to you no more, probably.
Huh?
We probably not going to talk no more. I ain't never been, let me see. Am I cool? Yeah. Well, I can't say I'm cool with people I didn't, but I wouldn't consider them a cousin or
No,
best friend,
but
my
a lot of them street women, that's what they spit out. You know, they giving. See, my woman
can't have no brothers, but the ones your mama.
I go further than that. When we go out, you better not be hugging no nigga.
Oh, absolutely.
You know how niggas walk up to you, hey, sis, or hey, and niggas give them that hug like, nigga, I told this motherfucker up. See, listen, when my woman's with me, she go stand by my side, slightly behind me. You see somebody, you can wave. You better do this or something. I'm not gonna tolerate nigga hugging my woman or squeeze. I'm gonna look at her.
So now do you?
And I'm gonna tell her you gotta find another. No. Well, I wouldn't blow my cover anyway. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't sit up here and walk up. You know your woman watching your every move. She like this. She watching how you walk to her. She watching how you look. She like you smell the neck. A woman see everything her man do. So if you smart, the best thing to do if you see a chick, you know what? I'll be like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell her like, or point like she that away. Don't you know what I'm saying? But that's what I would do, and I think women take things further with the lies. They lie to their man about who is who, so they'll have you around a man that
took them down through there.
That she ain't been with. You thinking this her cousin. And you and this nigga have been smoking a blunt together.
Y'all
can you imagine?
The same thing.
Well, see, the thing is, because this man, he's privileged to more information than I am. So now
he know you.
He got one up on me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how you think
that's security? Look.
No, that ain't no security. What that is that's going to have her single. I'm going to find out eventually because now I'm like, yeah, I seen your cousin Terrence. Who? You know, like, who? He ain't no kin to us. I'm going to look at her. And I'm like, you had me smoking a blunt with that nigga. She said that was your cousin. Yeah, they used to mess around. Oh, see, we done. Because now you embarrass me. You put me in an embarrassment situation. That's the kind of shit I call embarrassment. So, for me, I don't think women are capable of being honest. I don't think they respect honesty in a relationship. And I don't think a man should be honest in a relationship. A man know when to lie to his woman. We lie to our woman to protect him. Most of the time, we protect our women by lying to them. But they don't see it like that. But look, you can still be with her for years. If a relationship was ran her way, shit, a woman have a new man every 6 months. It won't work.
Because she'll never be happy with the results or what his reply. Because everything is about peace. If the woman is happy, she's at peace, the house flows smooth. And if she's at peace, you're going to be at peace. And ain't no extra shit.
But what have you ever known for a woman to be at peace? She at peace when you at home, you can't make no money.
When you're tap dancing.
But now you can't be a man with your woman being at peace. It's impossible because she gonna want you either there all the time, or she gonna want you to come up with this money that's gonna require for you to leave.
That's the difference as far as being a man. A man gonna sit here and say, look, excuse me, I'm gonna do A, B, and C to keep you happy or whatever, but I gotta go to work. Cause I mean, unless she gonna go get 2 jobs to take care of everything. Cause I'm not gonna put myself in that position where I'm trying to cater to her, going to all these places, doing all this shit, when I know I got all these bills still accumulating.
That's why it's 50-50 for me, Dre. I ain't paying no woman bills. I'm not carrying 90% of the weight. No, you gonna invest in me like I'm investing in you. I believe in that 50-50 shit.
The only thing I feel about the 50-50, if a woman has to invest in you, y'all both doing it and putting in on these bills, she don't really want to be there. That's just going to force her to be in a place she don't want to be because she can't afford to leave. I want a person to have the option. If she want to get the fuck on, I'm going to carry the 70% because I feel like that's me. That's what I'm going to do. Now, that little 30% she got, okay, is not much. But in order for her to, it put her in a position where she save a little more, even if she want to cover, do whatever she want to do. If she decides to say, you know what, I want her to have that option to get the fuck on and get out. Because if she's not happy what she wants, she's not happy here, but she can't afford to leave, she's going to make your life miserable. I'm looking for peace of mind.
I don't believe that, Dre.
So you rather her have her there with you making your shit miserable than let her get the fuck on. And
I just give her eviction notice.
I believe
they stay together. How you gonna evict her? They stay together.
I believe a
the house
woman.
on both y'all name.
I believe a woman respect a man that makes her do what she's supposed to do. Mm-hmm. I don't think
you can't make a woman do anything.
No. I didn't say make her do what she's supposed to do. Mean hold her to a standard.
Oh, okay.
Now, like I always say, I pay the mortgage,
but you gonna pay the utilities.
But she gonna pay all the utilities. You better not even show me a bill. Just like I won't show you no parts of that mortgage. Mm-hmm. I know
she has to put her name on the deed.
What that got? She can put her name on them bills. Mm-hmm. You can put that DTE in your name. You can put that water bill in your name.
She feel like all the money she's spending, she wants some equity in this motherfucker.
Yeah, but see, it don't go like that. See,
my last relationship, I paid the utilities, and when I got the fuck on, I got the fuck on.
Did you ask to put your name on the deed?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's no need to. But I'm going to have boundaries for her. I'm going to also have structure for her. Mm-hmm. And she's going to respect that. Well, all that nigga want to cater to his woman, the niggas always get left. Mm-hmm. You know, I want to cater her and give what she want to show her I love her and prove to her I'm a good man. She don't even know what a good man is. So all that shit you doing, she calling you a ham behind your back.
And to the other nigga that's bumping her for free.
Yeah, it always could be that one dirty nigga that wears pants down to his ankles. she love him.
She'll smoke Lucy's.
You know what I'm saying? She love the fuck out of him. And you know what he do for her? Nothing.
Cheeseburger deluxe.
That's right. So I'm going to make her, you know what? You go, it's easier for a man and a woman to live alone. Mm-hmm. I mean, to live with each other. Mm-hmm. So this is what you go. It's easier
to
for a man and a woman
with each other
to
than
live
alone.
It's easier for a man and woman to live together than alone.
Hell no. I disagree.
It's cheaper.
No, it's not. Well, I disagree. The reason why I disagree, I feel like this. When a man got a woman, he's doing birthdays, Christmases, Valentine's, all these different holidays. If she got kids, he's taking on these kids, their birthdays, these holidays, they mom and whoever the fuck else once they get into a relationship and it gets serious. Not only that, it's dinners, it's all this. Now you got to go to all these different events, so they friends and they family and all that other shit. When you're single, it's drive-throughs. It's not, I'm going to Morton's and Ruth Chris and all that. I ain't gonna lie, myself, I've never started going down to these expensive restaurants till I started dating certain type of women. I always was a Coney Island, McDonald's, Wendy's drive-through type of guy. So you can get a combo for $10. For you and your girl, $20, $25. Once you go sit down, that bill gonna be anywhere from $300 to $700, maybe even $1,000. Depends on the drinks and what restaurant. So
okay,
that's
Drake.
why I disagree.
So, see, I don't let no woman dictate how to spend my money.
Okay.
I don't eat at Ruth Chris. I don't go to them type of restaurants. So if this is what she talking about, she want to go eat, she can always feel free to take me out. Mm-hmm. I'm always available for her to spend her money on me. I'll go to nice restaurant, 4-star restaurants where the meals be like $30, $40. Mm-hmm. Tops $50. Right. And I'm not doing that every week. We would do that, you know what I'm saying, maybe once a month, special occasions. Mm-hmm. So I'm not still seeing the money like how you spend it. Mm-hmm. So for me, if she spend 50% of the bills, I'm paying my 50% of the bills, she can still save her money. I'm going to still save my money. And when we want to do something together,
we can come together.
Either one of us can pay. Mm-hmm. And you best believe I'm the type of nigga, I'm keeping scope. I'll be like, damn shit, I paid last time. You know what I'm saying? That? I will if I'm noticing that,
it's
the last 3 times I've been going out, I paid for it. I'm going to say something. I'm one of them niggas. Mm-hmm. Because I ain't going to let her just get away with it. A lot of niggas be having that pride. Listen, you ain't finna get down on me. Mm-hmm. And if I start thinking you that type of chick, we already broke up in my head anyway. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to start letting you know while you here, listen, you got to start pulling your weight. You got to do better. Mm-hmm. But I already made my mind on my head. She ain't for me. Mm-hmm. And that's the kind of stuff that lets you know what type of woman you got when she always allowing you to do this, dig in your pocket. No, take me out. I want to feel special too. Mm-hmm. You know, yeah, when you come home, bring some flowers for me. Come on, have my bath water in.
You want some flowers?
Yeah, I want the same shit she wants.
Okay.
Like how she feels special.
You want to feel special?
A man do want to feel special.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
I want
But you really want some flowers to feel special?
I want a dozen.
Long
I want the fire roses with the glitter all on it. I want all that. And I'm going to give her a kiss. Thank you, baby. Same way she'll do me. I want to come in every once in a while. You got rose petals all through the floor, lead to the bed. I want that.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what's up.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You go earn my love too. Mm-hmm. So that's for me. I don't think honesty could work. I think honesty have a history of not working. If you look back and everybody use their own personal relationships for an example, they'll say themselves, I can't tell my girl that. She'll tell her, I can't tell my nigga that. If I told that nigga he can't fuck, what do you think that to do in your relationship? If you told your nigga, you ain't never fucked me right since we been together. He gonna be like, what? You ain't fucked his whole ego up.
Yeah, he probably gonna
You see
fight.
what I'm saying? You know how many women is not getting fucked right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how many
they probably
women ain't
too.
getting they shit
too.
ain't right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
they probably cheat. Everybody
you gotta
cheating
do
on each
this.
other.
You gotta be
You gotta
like
weigh your options.
There you go. You gotta say, well, you know
wait.
what?
She can't do this, but she can do this.
I could bust a nut.
Mm-hmm.
So she do cook her ass off though. You know what I'm saying? You see how
so you could go with somebody who fuck you good, but they can't cook.
I can roll with a woman that can cook her ass off and she fuck me okay.
Oh, okay.
I can roll with a woman, a clean woman that keep the house clean, wash my clothes and all that, and she fuck me mediocre. I can roll with that.
Because one thing outweigh the other.
Well, because to me it's important. I like my house to be clean. She cleans it. I like for a woman to give me a nice meal she can cook. And I also like to get off every once in a while. So she could get me off, but not the way that I
not regularly.
She's not a come through her.
She not a bicycle.
She's not most definitely not a bicycle. She more like a trainer wheels. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be like, cool. You know what I'm saying? But I don't date women that got a massive past. I don't like them type of women. So
a massive
pass. Been with a lot of niggas. Okay. Been took down through there. Threesomes and all that.
You couldn't be with a woman that did a threesome?
Yeah, I could, but I just don't meet them kind of women.
Oh, okay.
The kind of women I usually meet is, women with degrees, careers. They late bloomers. If you talk to them, you'll be like, yeah, she green than a motherfucker. You'll know they green just by the conversation. So that's why I tell y'all never see my woman, never. She get around y'all, be looking at y'all like, was she joking? I won't even say nothing. I be like this. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But for me, Dre, I say being honest in a relationship is a no-go.
I feel like being honest it depends on the situation and the person. Some things you can be honest about when it's finances, building a relationship. But if you're always in a relationship and it's nothing pertaining to finances and your livelihood, if it's her feet slanking all that, something you just can't say, just go tell her you taking her shopping, go take a bath or something. You got to trick her into the shower or some shit. Not saying that I'm going to do this and that. I'm just saying in general, some things you just can't say to a woman that hurt their feelings. All right, what you think?
I just feel still honesty. Tell me. Give me a choice. I don't want a choice.
Okay. Well, that's the last word. Thank y'all for tuning in with another episode of Conversations with OGs. We out.
Peace.